More on the main issue discussed during J.D. Vance's town hall this morning.
Perhaps 100 people turned out for this town hall in downtown High Point, all of them Trump supporters, many of them wearing red MAGA hats, and mostly all, students from High Point University.
J.D. Vance, everybody.
J.D. Vance fielded half a dozen questions, many of them dealing with the economy. Students raised concerns about their own future entering the workforce.
When you let in millions upon millions of illegal aliens, it really severely undercuts the wages of people, especially people who are entering the workforce.
The senator from Ohio blamed immigration not only for lower wages, but for crime and higher housing costs as well.
If you allow an unlimited wave of illegal immigrants to come into the United States of America, those people are going to end up owning the houses or living in the houses that ought by right go to American citizens.
Today's event was hosted by Turning Point USA, a conservative nonprofit that focuses its political message towards students. One High Point University student asked about the possibility of the U.S. entering into a war with China.
What is the Trump-Vance administration's plan to de-escalate from this rising crisis?
Vance responded saying that Trump prevented war during his time in office.
He was willing to engage in diplomacy, sometimes even with very bad people, because you can't just talk to the good people when you're engaging in diplomacy. You've got to talk to everybody.
Vance also blamed college administrators for not being honest with students about what a college education really offers them, and vowed to cut federal spending without naming any program that his administration would cut. He ended his 45-minute town hall with this message.
Are you angry? And are you voting for more of the same broken promises, more of the same sloganeering politicians, more of the same failed bureaucrats? Or are you voting for the real change of Donald J. Trump's leadership?
He wants young college students to get out and vote. And I think a lot of us, when we think about voting, it kind of scares us, or we think that we have to follow our parents and what they vote for. And I know a lot of friends myself who aren't voting because they don't want to disappoint their parents. And I think that's a big reason why we need to get out there and, have our voice count and our vote count.
It's just the immigration policy, how he plans to step it back and make the country protect our jobs again.
Are you worried about your future?
Could be possibly, but if Trump and Vance do end up getting in office, I think we should be safe.
Time is running out. North Carolina remains very much in play. In High Point, Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.